In this video, I want to have a look at the sine rule, and specifically we're going to have a look at using the sine rule to find the length of a missing side. But first off, let's look at what the sine rule is. So this here is on your formula sheet. So it says in triangle ABC, A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Now usually you're only ever going to use part of that formula. So we'll just be comparing two sides and two angles. So what that looks like in a triangle, if we had triangle A, B, C, then we name the sides opposite those angles with the lowercase letter. So the side opposite angle A is side A, the side opposite angle B is side B, and the side opposite angle C is side C. So what the formula says is that the length of this side divided by sine of this angle is equivalent to the length of this side divided by the sine of this angle, and it's also equivalent to the length of this side here divided by the sine of this angle. So we're looking at angles and their opposite sides. So let's have a look at how we can use this rule. In our first example, we've got this angle here of 42, and its opposite side is x, and then we've got a 75 and an 87. So it's really important that we match up the 42 with the x, and that 75 goes with the 87. So they have to be the opposite sides that we're going to use in our formula. Now we usually put what we're trying to find, so in this case it's that x, we usually put it in the numerator of our first fraction, just to make the working out a little bit easier. So we're going to write that as x over sine, and it's going to be, because the x is opposite the 42, it's going to be sine of 42 degrees, is equal to, and then we do the other sides that we've got. So we've got our 87 over sine of its opposite angle, which would be its 75 degrees. So then we're trying to figure out what x is. So to get the x on its own, we've got to get rid of this divided by sine 42. So we're going to multiply by sine 42. So we'll have x equals 87 times sine 42 over sine 75 degrees. Then you can pop all of that in your calculator, and if we round to 2 decimal places, we'll end up with 60.27 meters. Okay, our second example. So we're trying to find this side down here this time, that's our x, and opposite that side, we've got this angle of 38 degrees. Now to use the sine rule, we need one other pair, so an angle and a side that are opposite each other. So the side that we've been given is this 12, but the angle opposite it is this one over here. And we don't know, or we're not given, what that angle is. So we're going to have to figure that out. We know that the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We already have an angle of 38 and an angle of 70. So to figure out this angle, we can go 180 minus 70 minus 38, and that would give us an answer of 72 degrees. So this angle down here is 72. So now that we know that, we can use our sine rule. So we'll put the x on the top again. So we'll have x over sine of its opposite angle, which was 38 degrees, is equal to 12 over sine of 72 degrees. Then to get that x on its own, we're going to multiply both sides by sine 38. So x equals 12 times sine 38 divided by sine 72. And rounding to 2 decimal places, we would end up with 7.77 meters. So that's two examples of using the sine rule to find the length of a side.